which in turn means he's not immune from criminal prosecution. Good work, Caroline. You just blew it. You threw Trump under the bus, and now he could be susceptible at some later time to criminal prosecution for his conduct if indeed crimes are demonstrated. So why don't we take a look at these Supreme Court rulings so you don't just hear me blabber and give my commentary? You know, I like to read the opinions. So here's what the Supreme Court said from its October term of 2023 in the case of Trump v. United States. Turn to page 4. As for a president's unofficial acts, there is no immunity. Although presidential immunity is required for official acts to ensure that the president's decision-making is not distorted by the threat of future litigation stemming from those actions, that concern does not support immunity for unofficial conduct. The separation of powers does not bar a prosecution predicated on the president's unofficial acts. The first step in deciding whether a former president is entitled to immunity from a particular prosecution is to distinguish his official from unofficial actions. In this case, no court thus far has drawn that distinction in general or with respect to the conduct alleged in particular. It is therefore incumbent upon the court to be mindful that it is a court of final review and not first view. Critical threshold issues in this case are how to differentiate between a president's official and unofficial actions and how to do so with respect to the indictment's extensive and detailed allegations covering a broad range of conduct. The court offers guidance on those issues. And as you go to page 29, I guess here's some of that guidance. There may, however, be context in which the president, notwithstanding the prominence of his position, speaks in an unofficial capacity, perhaps as a candidate for office or party leader. To the extent that may be the case, objective analysis of, quote, content, form, and context will necessarily form the inquiry. But there is not always a clear line between the president's personal and official affairs. The analysis, therefore, must be fact-specific and may prove to be challenging. Well, it doesn't seem to be all that challenging here, and it seems that Donald Trump was actually a little worried when Caroline Leavitt said this is his personal time. Because about an hour after she made those statements, Donald Trump made the following social media post, because I bet you a lawyer told him you could be absolutely screwed by what she said. So you should post something. So when Donald Trump posted this, my view was a lawyer told him to post this. So he posts, heading to the crypto dinner in Virginia in a little while. The USA is dominating in crypto, Bitcoin, etc., and we're going to keep it that way, exclamation point. Now, we know that Trump's personal meeting on his personal time with personal or entity holders of the Trump meme coin, of the Trump crypto, has nothing to do with the United States of America. But you see here that he's trying to frame this as this is going to help the United States of America leading in crypto when this is all about Donald Trump's personal grift and or bribes. So why don't you judge the fact-specific analysis for yourself? Why don't we conduct what a future hypothetical Supreme Court or federal court, how they would look at it, shall we? So as a lawyer, let me share with you the exhibits. So Exhibit A is Caroline Leavitt referring to Donald Trump doing this Bitcoin or meme coin meeting with the top holders of his meme coin as personal time. Judge for yourself if based on the Supreme Court ruling, this is official or unofficial conduct. It seems pretty clear that this would be unofficial conduct. Let's play the clip.
Caroline, you guys are very proud of your record on transparency. I have two transparency-related questions for you.
Sure.
On the president's dinner tonight, will the White House commit to making a list of the attendees public so people can see who's paying for that kind of access to the president?
Well, as you know, Garrett, this question has been raised with the president. I have also addressed the dinner tonight. The president is attending it in his personal time. It is not a White House dinner. It's not taking place here at the White House, but certainly I can raise that question and try to get you an answer for it.
Oh, you know I had to do it. Moink. 4 companies control over 80% of the U.S. meat industry. China now controls the largest portion of U.S. pork. These companies are using mobster-like tactics to crush American family farms. And with the additives they're putting into our food, Americans are stuck with sketchy meat. So what can we do about it? Let me tell you about a company that's coming up swinging on behalf of American family farms and your family's food security. It's called Moink. As I said at the beginning, Moink, Moink. The business is simple. Moink's meat comes from animals raised outdoors where a pig is free to be a pig. Their farmers are given an honest day's pay for an honest day's work, and they deliver meat straight to your doorstep at prices that you can actually afford. Born, raised, and harvested right here in the United States. Support American family farms and join the Moink movement today at moinkbox.com/MidasTouch right now and get free wings for life. They're the best wings you'll ever taste for free, but for a limited time. Here's how you spell it. MOINK box.com/MidasTouch. That's moinkbox.com/MidasTouch. Well, now let's learn a little bit more about this meeting that Donald Trump did. Profits made, profits kept, as Carl Quintanilla said. Not promises made, promises kept, because Donald Trump has blown all of those, right? I mean, housing is less affordable. Groceries and prices in general are up, not down. There's no peace in Ukraine in 24 hours. Donald Trump has screwed our bond markets and has made the United States a laughingstock of the entire world. And the world is less safe with wars going on pretty much everywhere at this point. So you have Trump's crypto dinner cost over $1 million per seat on average. In total, 220 winners of the contest who are attending this dinner last night spent $394 million on Trump's official cryptocurrency. Now, there's other grifts as well, like Trump's Mar-a-Lago and Bedminster grift, which now costs $1 million a year in membership fees. Then Donald Trump claims that Mar-a-Lago is both his residence, but not a personal property, so he pays less property tax on it. And so he says it's a club where he lives, and therefore it's not a personal residence. So that's the way Donald Trump tries to avoid paying taxes. You take a look right here, what Donald Trump is also doing. He inked a crypto deal with Pakistan. Pakistan inked a deal with crypto company in which Trump's kin has a 60% stake. There's another Trump entity that Pakistan's government invested in. Remember what Donald Trump, though, said back on July of 2019, where he said, "I'm not a fan of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, which are not money and whose value is highly volatile and based on thin air. Unregulated crypto assets can facilitate unlawful behavior, including drug trade and other illegal activities." You don't say, Donald, because why don't we take a look at who else is on your guest list? I'm interested. Is there a guy named Justin Sun who's going to be there? Yeah, that tracks. Justin Sun, whose digital currency network is popular with the crypto industry's criminal underbelly, is a top investor in Trump's meme coin. This is being reported by the Wall Street Journal. A crypto billionaire who feared arrest in the U.S. returns to the U.S. for dinner with its president, Donald Trump. Let's take a look at some more stories on Justin Sun right here. The SEC charged him for market manipulation and fraud. The DOJ was investigating him. He invested in Trump-backed crypto ventures. The SEC paused his case, and now last night he was at the Trump crypto dinner as the top holder of Trump's meme coin. Can you say quid, pro, quo? Do you know? One way or the other. I'll let you use your judgment there and decide for yourself. Well, here's how Senator Chris Murphy put it. He goes, the Trump's meme coin is designed to facilitate corruption. You can pay Trump secretly, which gets you secret special access to the president. If Trump's dinner with the top coin buyers was legit, he would release the list of attendees, but it's corrupt. So the list stays hidden. Here, play this clip.
Tonight, Donald Trump will have a secret dinner and meeting with the 200 individuals who have spent the most money buying up his meme coin. Donald Trump's meme coin has